Monk Mode gang, you know what's going on. Listen, bro, a lot of dudes love to talk this, king that, king this, king that. You can't be a king if you're getting disrespected. I repeat, you cannot be a king if you're getting disrespected and you're sticking around. At the end of the day, if you are dating, you been got disrespected and you're still there. You are not a king. If you date in these 50 states, you're not the king. You're not the man. At the end of the day, the man will be alone because the man understands everything. The man understands the matrix. Listen, the reason a lot of guys are not multimillionaires is because they keep getting mentally slapped in the back of the neck. At the end of the day, I repeat, the reason a lot of guys are not multimillionaires is because they keep getting disrespected. They keep getting slapped in the back of the neck mentally. Some even physically. Some even spiritually. At the end of the day, you have to avoid all disrespect. But let me tell you how you avoid disrespect. Destroy your lust. Because as long as you have lust, you are desperate. Disrespect shows you are desperate. It shows you need, like, please don't leave me. That's what a lot of dudes told their girlfriends in the past. They said, please don't leave me. Please, I'll do whatever it takes. At the end of the day, you lost your manhood. Now, to get your manhood back, you need to go on monk mode. 365 days to gain your manhood and your testosterone all the way back to where they're supposed to be at. 365 plus days of retention, that's what you're supposed to be like. That's how you're supposed to walk around the jungle. But dudes not walking around the jungle like that. You know why? Because they're desperate. At the end of the day, if you're dating, that means you're desperate. You didn't vet and then get a wife. You're desperate. Listen, at the end of the day, the 50 states, relationships in the 50 states that are not business, relationships are for desperate people. Listen, it doesn't matter what women do. Listen, this is not a woman channel. We do not judge women. I'm talking straight to dudes. Because guess what? It takes two to tangle. A woman could wear no clothes. She could wear the Glorilla camel toe, moose knuckle show all she wants to. It takes a weak guy to want that. I repeat, it takes a weak guy who has lust problems to want that. It takes two people to tangle. You can't tangle without another person. One person cannot tangle. It needs somebody else to tangle. At the end of the day, the reason America is like this is because guys are desperate. Who made you desperate? The red pill, the alpha male told you, you need. Mr. Organic, he said, you need to be around women 24/7. You need. The word need, it equals desperation. If you need, you're desperation. If you need the coochie, you're desperation. You're desperate. At the end of the day, stop being desperate because being desperate breeds disrespect. They know you're desperate. At the end of the day, why do guys gotta cheat? Because they were desperate. They didn't save themselves to get what they really wanted. Then another female come around that's a 30 out of 10 and they got a 10 out of 10, but a 30 out of 10 walk by, now they want that because they did not take their time. See what happens when you don't take your time? Now you gotta cheat. This is why AMS has to have a rotation of 8 different women because he doesn't want to take his time. He's a part of this microwavable generation. Oh yeah, it don't matter if you're 40, 50. He's a part of the problem. Listen, stop listening to older men who tell you, when are you going to have kids? Listen, stop all that desperation. They're trying to put desperation in you. Listen, you have to learn how to weed out all the Agent Smiths. 99% of people you run into, they may seem cool, but they're Agent Smith. At the end of the day, they're Agent Smith. They're going to tell you bad information. Not everything they tell you is going to be bad. Don't get me wrong. But when it comes to relationships, listen, bad information. A lot of people grew up in broken households. So since they grew up in broken households, all they know is how to break another household. I repeat, all they know how to do is break another household. At the end of the day, you can free yourself. Listen, Morpheus told Neo, free your mind. At the end of the day, it's all in your head. When you want that camel toe, oh, you want that, want that. It's all in your head. It's all in your head. You have to free your mind. Listen, how many Rolls Royces you gonna keep letting pass you? What you mean you don't want to be the man? You gotta eat ramen noodles like Pookie and Ray Ray. They want you to be Pookie and Ray Ray. Pookie and Ray Ray eat ramen noodles. That's why they slap everybody in the back of their head. That's why they gotta keep smashing so they could relieve stress. Pookie and Ray Ray don't go to the gym. I repeat, Pookie and Ray Ray do not go to the gym. Do not believe the cap. They go straight to the cat. At the end of the day, Pookie and Ray Ray, they're on child support. They were the first guys ever to be on child support. Pookie and Ray Ray, they were the first people to be on child support. Pookie and Ray Ray is not a skin color. You could be Pookie and Ray Ray as a white guy. You could be Pookie and Ray Ray as a Mexican guy. You could be Pookie and Ray Ray as an Indian dude. At the end of the day, if you can't control your lust, you are Pookie and Ray Ray. You could be lame Pookie and Ray Ray. You could be broke Pookie and Ray Ray. You could be rich Pookie and Ray Ray. You're going to end up on child support, just like Pookie and Ray Ray. Bars, and I'm not even a rapper. At the end of the day, you got to understand how to free your mind. You're a slave to temptation. You're a slave to the bubble. You're a slave to the Lululemon, and they're going to squeeze you just like a lemon. Get all the juice out you. Get all the resources out you. They're going to squeeze all the juice, a.k.a. the seed. They're going to squeeze it all out of you until you have no fight left. Low testosterone, you have no fight left. Dudes walking the streets looking like Yokozuna. That's why they looking at you crazy. That's why they looking at you crazy. They walk in the streets looking like Yokozuna. And Yokozuna, I think listen, I don't know what happened to Yokozuna, but that's how they walk in the streets. At the end of the day, you got to understand, do not try to fit in with the 99%. All the 99%, they're hoping and praying one day we could be the Pookie and Ray Ray. Instead of hoping one day we're going to step out the Rolls Royce. In life, you get what you focus on. You focus on that Lululemon, that's what you're going to attract. Lululemon, then 9 months later, you're going to attract child support for 18 years. At the end of the day, focus on a Rolls Royce, that's what you're going to get. You focus on biceps and triceps, that's what you're going to get. I repeat, you focus on the biceps and the triceps, that's what you're going to get. At the end of the day, you get what you focus on. If you don't learn how to ignore a woman, that's all you're going to get in life. Some dudes, all they get in life is women. They got to live at their house. They got to live at the woman's house. As soon as the woman going through it, kick him out. Now he's homeless. At the end of the day, I'm trying to save you guys from going down that road. You want to be in a penthouse too? Ignore all women. Ignore all temptation. Jesus said, flee from temptation. You dudes go straight to it. Does that look like doing what Jesus told you to do? He said, flee from temptation. What are you doing at Keisha's house? What are you doing at Ashley's house? What are you doing at Sarah's house? Why are you in her bedroom? Why are you in her bedroom and you don't have multi-millions of dollars? What, you trying to create another generational curse? At the end of the day, if you're not a multi-millionaire, leave all women alone. Ignore all women. Listen, unless it's like for stuff that you really need to talk about, like important stuff, then yeah, you go ahead and talk to her about that. Listen, at the end of the day, if it's the lady at the front desk to get you to where you got to go, listen, have at it. Talk to her. Focus on the business. At the end of the day, if it's not about the business, leave it all alone. Listen, stop going around women. You see a group of women, let them talk to each other. At the end of the day, you're on the elevator. Don't say nothing to the women. Let the other women on the elevator talk to each other. Hey, how's it going, girl? Shoot, nothing much. Mind your business. You're not a female. Stop acting like a female. Stop chasing. The red pill love to say stop chasing, but you need. So you are chasing. Since you need, you are chasing. I repeat, if you need a woman, you are chasing. Physically, mentally, or spiritually. You probably not physically chasing, but you mentally is. She know that. You want that. At the end of the day, you still gonna act like that because it's all in your mind. At the end of the day, you got to understand. Avoid as much people as possible. Not that we scared. Listen, we always around the people. We always in public. At the end of the day, listen, it's the penthouse. It's all people walking around here. Listen, the penthouse is upstairs. I'm downstairs. There's people walking all the way around here. At the end of the day, listen, Never feel like you missing out. You think you're missing out on future child support. You think you're missing out on relationships that's not even going to work out. You see them people hugged up, kissing. Oh, it looks good. It looks good. But is it good? Is it really good? Is it respectful? Is it really a humble relationship? No, it's not. At the end of the day, these women are not covering up. That's not none of our business because we don't mess with them. At the end of the day, focus on yourself. All you see is you. Have fun for yourself. Have fun by yourself. At the end of the day, you are not a multi-millionaire yet, so you got work to do. At the end of the day, don't feel bad. Listen, leave those bubbles alone. Listen, I'm a human being too. I feel all the emotions you feel. Like, dang, we got to leave those bubbles alone. Yes, you got to leave those bubbles alone. At the end of the day, if you don't leave it alone, child support for you, boom. And once that child support gavel get hit, boom, it ain't no reversing it. That's the crazy part. Is no reversing that child support. Once you want it, oh, you're cooked. You got to wait till they 18. You are cooked. At the end of the day, you got 70% to give up for 18 years. For 18 years, do you have 70% to give up? Then you're going to be around here talking about the white man, the white man, the white man. But it was your black butt who got on child support. It was your black butt who could not resist and flee from temptation. If I was on child support, I would have to come on here and talk about the white man. Because the white man getting 70%. Because your black butt couldn't flee from temptation. At the end of the day, don't get bitter. Just get better. Listen, monk mode gang, you know what's going on. Listen, bro. I don't care what you feel like. Detach from all your emotions. I repeat, detach from all your emotions. It's all in your head. That's mental slavery. If you have lust problems, you are a slave to the cat. You cannot leave it alone. Some dudes don't even know that they're a slave to the cat. They can't leave it alone. They just need it. Like, bro, we ain't got laid in a freaking whole week, bro. We need to go shoot our shot at something. Dudes start shooting their shot at 20 females instead of dropping 20 videos. That's not investing in yourself. You are literally shooting your shot at all these females, trying to get something just to later down the line smash and end up on child support. You're setting yourself up. This is the 50 states of the United States of America. This is for capitalism. You're not gaining capital. You trying to get cheeks. No, this is not cheek land. This is capitalism. Meaning you need to get your resources up. Meaning these women are finna step on you to get your resources. Squeeze you like a lemon. Get all the juice out of them so we can get the resources. Listen, don't hate women. Don't blame them. At the end of the day, it is what it is. Now you know. So since I told you so, at the end of the day, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to get bitter or are you going to step your game up? At the end of the day, step your game up for you and your future children and your future wife. At the end of the day, you need to run your resources all the way up so you can have a mansion and you don't got to eat ramen noodles no more. Your kids don't have to eat ramen noodles. Your wife don't got to eat ramen noodles. At the end of the day, they want to turn you into the bad boy so you can hate all women once you get on child support. We would never hate women. We just ignore them because we know it's not going to work out. At the end of the day, I don't care how good I look. It's not going to work out. The law is not on your side. You don't have nationwide. So since you don't have nationwide, what are you going to do about it? Run the resources all the way up. That's all we got to do. Listen, no women around us. That means we running the resources all the way up. That means zero excuses. At the end of the day, we going up from here. At the end of the day, we don't got no child support. We don't got a woman saying, come get some of this coochie. You've been dropping videos all day. We don't got none of that. We avoiding all of that. We not talking, having conversations with women. So it's literally no wasted time. I repeat, it's literally no wasted time. We're not wasting time. We're focused on business. You guys got to focus on becoming a boss. I repeat, you guys got to focus on becoming a boss. You're not going to become the boss if you're having lust issues. If you have lust problems, you're going to have to step down from the CEO position because you're going to get caught trying to smash the head of HR. Listen, monk mode gang, you know what's going on. Listen, bro.